I'm finally here. We're doing it, guys. Sorry, I ran a little bit late. I was stuck in a meeting with Sweetwater about some really cool stuff. And so now I'm here, and now we're going to hang out and watch and wait to see if I can hit 100,000 subscribers during this live video. There's 71 people here already. Cheers, everyone. It's a big day. Sorry, I scared you, Super Jet. Guitar House Reunion Special. Sean Pierce Johnson is here. Hey, Sean. I was gonna publish our habit video today, and then I woke up this morning and saw how close I was. I was like, well, I guess I'll save that for tomorrow, and we'll do a live video today. Let's see how close we are right now. I wonder if I can make it a screen on the live stream here that will show the count. Or I could just hold up the phone or something like that. I'm at, oh my gosh, we're only 19 away. 99,981, guys. Oh my gosh, Copel and Jason Welch, you guys are ridiculous. Do even flow. Bro, I could sing it. Even flow. I think I got all the lyrics right. Jason Welch super chatted as well. Thank you, Jason. Another prank super chat. Got you good. Oh, man, you guys got me. Both of you together. What a prank. Welcome, Frank. Frank is here for his first actual live. I don't do lives regularly. I do them like special occasion type stuff. I wish I had my act together enough to do them regularly. I'm going to do what I've done in the past now that the super chats are rolling in. No y'all? What does no y'all mean? I'm going to do a shot for the super chatters. I've dropped the cork, so I guess the bottle's not going to be closed. Here we go, guys. It's a day we're celebrating. Happy 100K. All right, I do need to find that lid. There it is. I don't want my tequila to run out. But where is the link to join? Should I do that? Let's do links to join. Why not? There we go. There's the link to join. I wonder if I should put it in the description. I'll put it in the description too. Will let me to join. Should have asked all the other YouTubers that were in that meeting I was having if they wanted to join. Oh, it won't let me edit the description now. Oh well, I'll just drop it in the chat for everyone that wants to join. Is Steve at work? Yeah, I'm assuming Steve is at work. Luke is joining. No camera feed though. That's okay. Is there audio for Luke? I don't think there is. All right. Well, I'll pull him out for now. Maybe his situation will change. I'm pretty sure Steve is working. I didn't talk to him about trying to coordinate this because I honestly this crept up a lot faster than I thought it would. The ball started rolling a lot faster the past couple of days. My average for subscribers for the past couple of weeks has been about 40 or 50 a day. And then suddenly the last 2 days, it's been like 70, 80, 90, things like that. Oh, there's Luke. Hey, Luke.
Hey, Ryan.
How are you doing?
Good.
Staying on top of course, of course, Steve works. Carrying this show is work. Andy Burnett, Andy Bungert. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Ask, what is Steve's day job? Steve is a scientist. Steve does science. He grows proteins in petri dishes and things like that. So Steve has a real big boy job, and I babysit YouTube and dick around with delay pedals and stuff. I'm gonna pour a shot just so I have one loaded and ready to go when it feels appropriate, and I can smell it. All right, I'm gonna check the number one more time. How are you doing, Luke?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. We are. Wait, it's updating. Wish I could have a live shot on the number, but I have to like. No, still at 99,982. Still 18 away.
Did you find a neck for that 3D guitar yet?
No. I haven't had a chance to even think about that yet. I started doing that Thomann DIY contest guitar thing, so that's sucking up all my time. And then after that, I'll hopefully start shopping around for next for that. I might have a neck attached to a different guitar that might work on it, so I want to test that too. Were you the one that sent that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just bought like a cheap telly neck off Amazon.
Well, I had a Fender style neck around here that the neck pocket is a different size in it. So I'm wondering, I need to take some measurements of the neck pocket to see what it'll actually take, you know.
Yeah. You can always use I use a soldering iron to melt the plastic to make it a little bigger if I needed to.
I'll just bust out like the hair dryer and like pull the plastic away like putty once I get it soft enough and just squeeze the neck in there. And
Yeah.
It'll set up just fine, right? You know, that's how you
it should.
That's how you set a neck. You melt the body and then form it around the neck. Oh man, I'm so anxious. It's gone so quickly. Like it was at, I think it was like at 99,953 when I woke up this morning, and then there's been 30 that joined on leading up to this. And like I'm nervous to do this sort of thing because I could end up being here for hours. We don't know. Look who joined. It's Adam Miller. Hey, dude.
Hey, man. Loving the channel. Congratulations on your 100,000. That's amazing.
Thank you. Well, I'm not there yet. Still 18 to go.
Oh, come on.
It might not happen. This might be it.
Oh, it's happening.
It's going to start going backwards. It's like such a bummer. Like, well, that was the day everything started going backwards, and I just started losing subscribers every day. Oh man, you promise. Daniel says the more you drink, the more entertaining it gets. We'll see. I might just get tired and quit. Superjet says he joined around 14K. That was a long time ago. I don't remember when 14K was. I think I hit 20K when I went to my very first Thomann event, which I want to say was like 2017, 18 maybe. Eric says we have to unsub and resub to keep him at 99,999. Hashtag Edge Ryan. Oh my gosh. I could see people mobilizing to do that just to dick with me. Like, oh, every time someone subscribes, someone else unsubscribe. I keep them going. But how are you doing, Adam?
Yeah, doing great. I'm at work right now. This is my break room.
Yeah.
It's very workish. And I just logged on to, watch some YouTube at lunch like I do. And I saw your live stream and, just happened to pop in. Yeah, doing great. Working and, trying to grow my tiny little channel, which I'm having a lot of fun doing, trying to learn how to do stuff. And I gotta say, I'm kind of a little jealous. Luke mentioned your guitar, and you mentioned your kit build, and I spent 3 weeks doing a guitar kit build, like throwing all of my skills at it, and then you did a guitar kit build in half an hour.
Have you seen Perfecto's video? Because he's doing the Thomann thing
too. No,
I
haven't.
his ended up taking like 2 hours. He ran into issues. So I think I got lucky with a kit that just worked.
Yeah.
He was like trying to fumble around with things and like pulling things out with hammers and stuff like
Mm.
that. Like it was not as easy for him. I think I really lucked out with mine.
Yeah, I did a full, soup to nuts, with finish and the works and all that stuff. And in the end, like the guitar, it played pretty good and it looked pretty good. And then it still sounded like a kit guitar.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do some wild stuff to that guitar. Like that first video was just to be like, here's the thing. If you want to buy the kit and do it, you can go do it too. But here's how it goes together, and this is what it looks like just doing the kit. But I'm gonna completely be changing hardware on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be painting it. I'm gonna be completely changing the pickups in it and the wiring and everything. I'm going a little bit bonkers.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
planning.
That's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm actually editing right now. Is the whole total overhaul, and I didn't spend hardly any money on the overhaul because I'd blown all my budget on my other videos. So I spent like a couple bucks on parts, but everything was just stuff I had lying around the shop, and I just did a full overhaul, and now it's actually a real guitar you can actually play that
Nice.
stands up against my other guitars. So, but
All
yeah,
right,
I'm having fun with that. Go for
I
it.
need to catch up on some super chats here, which you guys are ridiculous. I keep getting pranked by money, guys. You're pranking me. Orthodox Review super chatted $5. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. I've basically decided that all super chat money goes into like a date night fund for me and Lauren. So I kind of like look at how much comes in from that. Like, well, we got a date night, honey. And then Floppy Face also super chatted $5. I'm gonna do that shot. Thanks, guys. We'll see what state I'm in when I actually hit 100K. Hopefully I don't have to tap out or go to the hospital or something. I like tequila. All right. Sean Twine says, Ryan, I got one of those Bullet Mustangs after seeing your video, and I love modding it. There's such fun guitars, and it's like I sold mine because someone sent me an offer I could not refuse. But I'd still be playing that guitar. And I honestly have thought about getting another one just because they are so much fun. And the one that I had, I can recommend so much. And like other people have gotten them. They've recommended them and stuff. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to keep up with all the comments that keep coming in. Do we need another count? All right. I'll go check. I'll update one more time. Oh, I'm going to drop the link again if anyone else wants to join. There we go. I forgot to drop this into the Facebook group as well. Whoa! 99.92. We're 8 away. What?
It's happening.
Oh my God, we're so close. I would have started this a lot earlier. And now I'm afraid it's going to 99.993, 7 away. Now I'm afraid it's going to go too quick. I'm going to hang out for a couple hours no matter what. We're going to have some fun, but
it's happening. I know it.
I wish I had like a noisemaker or something like that to go crazy when it happens. But I mean, I could turn on all the amps or something. I've got noisemakers in here. I just don't have like a thing. Like like I need stuff for like New Year's. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. People are counting down. Are they aware of the count? And I'm not. Oh. 9,994. It is coming quick. Is this just going to be people joining the stream who realize that they never subscribed and it's just going to go super quick? Oh, we're backwards.
Oh, people are unsubbing. It's happening.
It's happening.
People are edging has happened.
Me. I am going to see if I can isolate part of the screen so people can see it, because I want to hide my other stats that are on here. I don't want people to see how much money I don't make. Oh shoot, I better hurry. Dang. Max Hibbs is here. I'm adding him in.
Hey, what's up?
Hey. And window, where is it? Sure.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Oh! hit it! Oh,
Congratulations!
Hey, we hit 100.
Yes!
Yes,
Hey,
told you.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Just as I get it up there, it rolled over.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
You did
This
it.
is, oh man. It's been a long time, guys. Look at that.
What was it, 8 years? 9 years?
I've been, I mean, we've been doing the podcast since 2014. And I think I started like kind of doing the video stuff like 6 months in, but not really spending too much time doing it, you know? But I think, man, now I'm all flustered.
It happened so fast.
It did, man. It happened a lot faster than I thought it would. Now it's at an even 100,000. Look at that.
Oh, you lost subs again.
Wow.
Dude,
Yeah.
you might get to 100,000 multiple times today.
I know. I gotta take a picture of that while it's just sitting there even.
Oh, screen grab.
Yeah, I'm taking a photo with my phone.
Why don't you control print screen?
I got a screen grab of it. If you didn't, oh, you lost some. Oh, you're below now. 997.
Oh no.
Oh man, people are
What?
dicking with me. And I wish I could
It's okay.
add
I got proof,
everybody
man.
in. Why was it making me choose?
I can go if you want to get some more people in, man.
No.
I'm
There's
on my
no
lunch break.
There's no one else waiting right now, but man, it's going to go back and forth for a while now.
Yeah, it's
That's
just gonna
funny.
There you go.
up and down.
You did it again! Yeah!
This is a fun game. That's a look at that, one on one side with a bunch of zeros in the middle. But yeah, like I think I started taking it more seriously, like the video side of this, like probably like 2017, 2018 or something like that. And just somewhere along there, I decided to just lean in full time and just be like, well, I'm not making my full living from this, but there's a hint that I could, so I'm just going to commit and see what happens, sort of thing.
New drinking
Max, are you in
game.
the... Oh, Max, there's a laundry situation going on behind Max.
Yeah,
right now.
there's a major laundry situation going on.
Hi.
Say hey, Chloe. She can't hear y'all. I didn't want to cause an echo. There's a cat situation too.
There's a cat situation.
Oh,
gosh. Oh, whoops. There we go. Oh, I didn't mean to remove him. There we go.
Oh,
All
there
right.
we go.
You kicked him out.
Kick me out.
Where's
Take
that
a
number?
shot every time Ryan hits 100K.
Oh man, I had this thought that when it rolled over, I would have a speech and I'd be able to talk coherently and stuff. But now I'm just feeling overwhelmed. Man,
So what color play button do you get at 100,000?
I think
Silver,
it's just
right?
I think
The
it's just
silver
gray, right? Silver, gray.
Yeah, it's silver. It's silver and then gold and then the diamond, right?
It's something
yeah.
like that.
Diamond for like 10 million gold.
Are you
for
going to put it on the wall? Come on, man.
I'll probably put it on the pedal shelf behind me until I figure out exactly what I'm going to do, like move it around or whatever. Oh boy.
I mean, it is pretty cool, man.
Like this is like I have a lot of complicated thoughts about this happening. Like I don't feel like a 100,000 sub channel. I still, even though like I have a whole set in here and I've done all this like cool travel and met all kinds of cool people and stuff like that, I still feel like I just started.
Like a dude in your garage.
Yeah, I'm just a dude in my garage, and it's like, you know, nothing's changed. Like I'm better at playing on camera, but I'm not a better guitarist, you know.
Oh, we know. We've seen it.
He's got those 10-second riffs down.
Yeah. I know. I have like 5 or 6 riffs that I can play in every video that are safe. I got another super chat. Congrats on your second 100K sub event. Does that make it 200K subs? Thank you, Jordan Carroll. Another shot for Jordan Carroll. Thank you. Oh my goodness, guys. I I feel like I should thank people, you know, like here, I'm gonna go full screen, and I'm gonna mute you guys just to have clean audio here. You can hang out. I'll put you back in. Here we go. Cheers. I'll take my shot, then I'll try to muster up a little speech here to make this official. Tequila on a Tuesday. I should go get tacos after this. Oh man. What do I say? I thought about trying to write out like a little speech or something to make sure I cover all the bases of things that I wanted to gush over and say, but I want to start out by just thanking people. I want to thank everyone that has subscribed and who has watched and who has left rude and nasty comments over the years and, you know, trolled me and caused drama or been amazing parts of the community and become, you know, real friends that I get to have, that Steve and I get to have. I want to thank Steve. Oh my gosh. You know, this has become my full-time job, and Steve has been a big part of that, even though it's nowhere near being a full-time job for him. He comes in every other week and we record the podcast together, but Steve is here involved with the channel every single day. Like, he's on the back end, like handling emails, handling all the information with the Patreons, keeping books and stuff like that, handling a lot of back end stuff through YouTube. So huge thanks to Steve. I want to thank guys that are also in the industry. I want to thank Henning for inviting me to Toman's Gear Fest and then events after that, and investing in me when I was a really small channel. I just barely rolled over 20,000 subs when he got funding to fly me to a different country and just get deluged with opportunities through that sort of stuff. And I'm trying to work into, you know, having that functionality as well. We just hosted Guitar House. I was going to publish my first Guitar House video today, but then this happened, so I decided to go live instead. I'll publish that video tomorrow. But I just, you know, huge thanks to Henning for setting that example and for doing so much work to establish this community that we have as guitar YouTubers. Because before that, I was this, you know, I grew to 20,000 subs essentially on my own without talking to any other YouTubers, and being able to connect with everyone was amazing. And it's not even about getting connected to other channels and that leads to subs or success or anything like that. Like it probably does, but not enough that I could be like, oh, this is the moment where, you know, I did a video with someone and now, you know, my channel's taking off. It's more about like the camaraderie and the like emotional support and kind of like the business networking where we're all kind of like doing the same stuff and understand the problems that we face and things like that. So huge thanks to Henning, like I already said. Huge thanks to Philip McKnight. Philip was an early guy who like talked my ear off. I met him at NAMM and I asked him some big questions about being a YouTuber, and he just talked to me on the floor of NAMM and then outside of NAMM after NAMM closed for like 2 hours straight, like telling me, you know, how to turn this into a living, how to do business, things I should be doing, things I should avoid, and stuff like that. And there's been a lot of people like that in this scene, in this industry, who have helped me in profound ways. And just by giving me the time of day, it's been amazing. Man, I want to thank my wife. You know, she is actually someone who was instrumental in making all this happen. Steve and I were like loosely talking about starting a podcast because we were having all these conversations about gear on our own time at parties over instant messenger and stuff like that. And when I started talking about, hey, Steve and I are thinking about doing a podcast, she pushed us. She was like, yeah, you guys should do that. That is something that you should do. So, and she's been incredibly supportive ever since, allowing me to transform various rooms of the house into places to film and things like that, and being supportive, helping various other ways. She bought me the H6, the Zoom H6 field recorder that I've used for like 1,500 videos. Who knows how many podcasts? Like that was our recording interface. I just recently got a Zoom H8 to replace it, but she bought me for Christmas the audio recorder that made a lot of this a lot easier to do. So huge thanks to Lauren, my wife. Man, who else? I'll think of more people as we're doing live streamings. Huge thanks to all the other channels that have come along since I started this and been part of the community. Like Adam Miller sitting there, you know, I've had a lot of fun with him. Emily from Get Offset and Andrew from Get Offset, Working Class Music, these channels that have started after I started and have become part of the community and grown out of the community. And, I count like Blake Wyland in that too. Like he started podcasting just after Steve and I started podcasting. And so he was an early person that was in our community. And I feel bad because I can't remember everyone in the moment. I am just like kind of feeling a bit overwhelmed. Oh yeah. Destruct just said, love the JHS collab. I need to thank Josh Scott and I need to thank other people, everyone else involved over at JHS. My first pedal demos were because of JHS. I had a friend, I still have a friend who was heading out to visit Josh to film a little video thing for their unicorn pedal, this chorus, right? So he went out there and I was like, while you're out there at JHS, pick up a couple pedals for me. Ha ha ha. And we both laughed. And then he brought up the podcast. And it was in our first couple months of doing the podcast. He brought up the podcast while he was visiting JHS. And Josh was like, oh yeah, I've listened to those guys. Here, take a couple pedals for him. And so Josh sent a couple pedals our way and they were scratch and dents. It doesn't matter, but there's still pedals. And I'd never anticipated people in the industry actually caring about the podcast or caring about what we do. We joked about that a lot in the very early days of the podcast, that we were never going to be on the map for any retailers or any manufacturers or anything like that. But to have that happen so quickly, it really helped lock in the direction for where we were going, to see that there was potential to be working with brands and to be working with retailers and to turn this into something commercially viable, absolutely. Huge thanks to Chase Bliss and to Big Ear. Chase Bliss has been sponsoring the podcasts for years and years now. Joel and I were hanging out at a NAMM after party, and I think he had sponsored us for a month or something like that. And I was talking to him and he gave me a big hug and he's like, I believe in what you guys are doing and I'm going to keep supporting you guys. And I didn't know how long he meant, but it has been years, uninterrupted years of financial support from Chase Bliss. And Joel's never blinked at anything we've asked for. He's never, we've raised rates on sponsorships and he's never been like, oh no, too rich for me, or it's time to move on, sort of thing. He just keeps going. And his company has grown in incredible ways during that time. And I'm sure we're a little bit of that, but I don't, it's just incredible that we still get support from a company like that. And Big Ear Grant and Karen have become close friends with us. And we just have amazing relationships. Not just Steve and I, but you guys get to be part of that too. These amazing relationships that we have with these brands. I never could have dreamed. How rewarding doing this stuff would be. Not, and I'm not talking financial rewarding. It is amazing that I can make a living doing this. I never expected that starting out. I thought it was going to be a fun thing that Steve and I did. But I never anticipated being able to make a full living the way I am right now. And it took years. It took years of work to do this. And everyone watching, everyone who has watched helped with that. So huge thanks. I can't, this doesn't exist without an audience. And it's extremely humbling to me that I'm just a normal guitar player. I'm a hobby guitar player. I've played in local punk bands. I've never been on tour. I've never had, high musical aspirations. I've never thought that I could be. This is my moment, Michael. He's saying, okay, you're rambling, bro. Time to wrap. This is my chance to get this all out of my system. I've never had aspirations to be like a session player or even a good player. I just play for fun. And the fact that there's enough people out there who enjoy this content that I make with my nonsense rambling and noodling and stuff like that, it's humbling to me. And I really, really appreciate it. I don't ever think like, oh man, these, this living that I make and these opportunities that I have and the audience that I have is because I'm so good. I never think that, because I don't think I'm so good. But yeah, I'm sure I'll think of more stuff to ramble on, but I needed a clear-headed moment to think about stuff and try to thank everyone. But yeah, I'll add people back in. How do I add people back in? There we go. Unmute people. I'm gonna drop the link again in the description in the chat. If anyone wants to join, feel free. Let's check the numbers again.
Oh,
what are the
boy.
numbers doing?
Oh,
100,004.
Yeah, there we go.
let's hope it stays that way this time.
It's gonna, it's not gonna go backwards today. I think people will go back and forth trying to be funny today, but I've never experienced, numbers going backwards significantly. They always just seem to go up because people, they don't actually unsubscribe. They just stop watching,
Just wait. The next video you upload is just going to be horribly controversial and you're going to lose like 30K.
Right.
It's just going to be such a stinker of a video.
Like
People
other
are going to be like,
channels,
man, fuck this guy.
other channels are going to make videos and be like, everyone go and subscribe from Ryan. He's turned evil.
This man knows nothing about gear. What a
It's
clown.
It's
Hey, why start-
entertaining when I don't know everything.
Yeah, but why start now, Ryan? Come on.
Right. Oh, Max chatted, big thanks to NAMM. Yeah, absolutely. NAMM has been very interesting and very open and welcoming to podcasters and content creators of all levels. Steve and I went to our very first NAMM just with the podcast and probably only getting dozens of subscribers. And NAMM was like, yeah, here's a media badge. Come on in. You can come and podcast here. So NAMM was huge for us, and we met so many people at that first NAMM, and I recommend it for new channels. If you're looking to take this seriously.
You think they're going to have NAMM again?
Well, they're going to do it this year, but not just NAMM, but events. Go to events. Go to events where the brands are. Go to events where other people of interest and other things of interest are going on, and network. Talk to people, interview people. It's rewarding for what you're trying to do. It's also rewarding in just charging your batteries and feeling good about what you're doing.
You got to sit in that YouTuber hot tub water.
Yeah. Oh man. Here's the hashtag for canceling me, guys. Home canceling. Jeez, it's so good. I almost want it to happen.
No bad publicity.
I know, right?
Can we
I
get
honestly
Paul Davids to tweet that?
Gotta get them hum canceling pickups.
Yeah. What's the count right now? What are we at?
Ooh,
100,006. Going up. 8 years till 200K. I actually wonder how long it would take at my current average. I'll round it up a little bit. We'll say 2,000 a month, and I've got to get another 100,000. So 100,000 divided by 2,000. How long will it take me to get to 200,000? 50 months.
So
divided by 12. 4 years.
Oh, you cut
No way
the
it's
time in
taking
half
that long.
now.
No way it's taking that long.
That doesn't sound impossible.
No, it's no way it's taking that long. I think 2 years you'll be at 200,000.
You think I'll be at 200,000 in 2 years? Well,
Yeah, 'cause you're-
Well, yeah,
Because
because as you grow bigger, you're gonna
the
get
speed, right? The speed of your growth increases. You know, I don't think you'll
the
stay.
algorithm will recommend
Right.
you more.
yeah,
right.
but
As
also
it
like,
recommends you more, it recommends you more. You know.
like here's the thing. Like I wish I'd worked this into my long-winded emotional speech. This is not a scene on YouTube that typically gets big numbers.
Yeah.
Like the biggest channels that are still doing gear demos. I'm not talking about like the music general entertainment channels, like your Music Is Wins and your Jared Dines and your Stevie T's and stuff. But the demo channels, we don't get big. We really don't. And so this is a significant number because it kind of represents the top tier in a lot of ways.
But also, your channel isn't just gear demos; it's lots of different stuff. I think that's part of the appeal. You know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of personality involved. Because, I mean, you think, like, Fluff still does gear demos, but he's geared a lot more towards doing the, you know, reverb listings or you submit your gear and he rates it or whatever. But, you know, he's doing that just to, you know, slightly appeal to a bigger audience, you know, and he pulls the numbers for doing stuff like that. So like he's not solely around gear anymore like he used to be. He still does, but
yeah. And there's always room to there's always room to do fun things, but you know, he's still a gear channel. What is he at? Isn't he at like
I think he's
250?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. I can look.
My wife commented, congratulations. If you're watching, honey, I went on a rant earlier and I mentioned you a bunch of times and thanked you a bunch. So.
Oh, wow. He's almost at 400K.
Oh, good for him. But yeah, like that really kind of represents the top edge of what gear channels are capable of. And the fact that I'm at a quarter of what he's done, you know, it seems like it's a lot more than I expected. You know,
it was a neck and neck. It was based on beard length, and then you trimmed yours, so now you're way lower than him.
Look, we just need the algorithm to hyperfixate on Riffs, Beards, and Gears fans, and every video of his, you got to pop up there somehow.
Right.
Like first recommended video, not even his own. Just
Snarky K is joining. Will his camera work? Let's see.
Hey, I'm gonna get out of here, Ryan. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, man. It's good to see you, Adam. Hey, Snarky. Now we know where all the static was coming from. It got a lot quieter when Adam left. It sounded like he was sitting next to like an industrial ice machine or something like that.
He did say he was on lunch.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Mark.
How are you all?
Snarky. Mark DeBrun says,
Can you hear me?
I can throw the 100K plaque off the bridge. That would be a video. I like what Dovidos does, where every time he hits another 100K, he like crosses out, you know, the previous number and writes it on Sharpie on the front of it.
Congratulations, Ryan, on reaching your 100,000 subscribers.
Thank you, Snarky.
Now you got to look at me. Now you know who Snarky K is.
Oh, look who's joining. Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. Hey, Sean.
I thought I'd pop in.
I'm happy to see you and see you in person, Snarky.
Yeah. I just thought I would come and say hi. I gotta get this correct.
I just got this in the mail the other day, Sean. Is this for the Silver Sky? Oh, Sean's quiet.
And I am gonna show up at
There you go.
Sweetwater.
Yeah, any strat you want to do, it'll fit in there.
In my hand.
But yeah, I thought I would say
in a full bladder.
Hi.
Okay. Snarky, I'm gonna mute for you for 1 second. I think we got a lot of lag there, and when Sean's done talking, then I'll unmute you. Okay, what were you saying, Sean?
I was just gonna say thank you for having me on. I just want to say mad love to you. I've been a fan since around 10,000 viewers, and I just
Wow.
want to say thank you so much for supporting a lot of the little brands, because a lot of people don't realize it's not that easy to get on YouTube when you have a tiny company. Also, I want to say thank you for you secretly boosted me from doing a lot of custom work. I didn't actually offer that originally, and then you made an offhand comment, and then that just completely changed my business and changed my skill level. I was all right, and then people are throwing me all this stuff, and all of a sudden I can't keep up, and
wow.
and more of it's just fun. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to say hi. I actually got to get back to work. You can see behind me.
Sure.
But I just want to say, love you, Ryan. Love Steve. I love the community. I really want to say thank you to everyone. Keep going.
Thanks, Sean.
I think you deserve more subscribers.
Well, is what you sent me here. This is for the Silver Sky, right? I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a strat, generic strat. You can put anything.
Yeah.
Next
Well,
on
there's a little extra switch in here and stuff. I'm excited to see. Oh, and there's a cup. Oh,
yeah.
Is there a push pull on each one?
Yeah. Every single one.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see what this does.
It's a phase. And then the main switch is a super series.
Every single knob has a push pull on what's going into.
Yeah.
The
You have my
Sky,
number
guys.
if you need help installing that. It should be simple, but you never know.
This is why I love you, Sean. Like you do the crazy stuff, and
it's fun. It's easier to give it to other people's guitars than my own guitars.
Totally.
Apart. But all right, it was nice seeing everyone.
Nice seeing
Ryan,
you, Sean.
I love you. I'll see you later.
Okay, later, dude. All right, Snarky, you were talking about Sweetwater or something like that. I'm sorry I had to interrupt you, but you and Sean were like on different like out of sync cycles, and it was like getting confusing. So, Snarky, when you're ready to say what you were going to say, you have the floor. I think the lag is so intense that like
Oh
it's gonna
yeah.
take them a couple minutes. I got another super chat from Jason Welch. Start reviewing iPhones and you will be at 1 million subs at no time. Thanks, Jason. Cheers to you. Sorry, honey. Lauren's watching in the other room or somewhere else, I think. It's going to be a half day. Snarky ducked out.
I think he might have lagged out.
I think he lagged out. Let's check on the numbers again. Let's see where we are. 100,009.
Woo!
Once it hits 10, then it's like, oh, it's not fresh anymore. Now it's boring and old.
Now it's
there it
is.
And now I'm bored and I won't be happy until it's 200,000.
Yeah, man, it's been a while since the last, milestone.
Yeah. Well, we've had a couple we hit our 400th episode recently. I feel like there was another big milestone that we hit. I can't remember, but it feels like there's been a couple big things in the last year or so, and it's felt like we're majorly on the map in a way that we weren't before, and like it feels like something changed like a year ago or so or something like that. I can't really figure out exactly how to explain that, but it's like something about the energy of just how much influence the channel has and how much reach we have has changed. Yes, that was a major milestone. 69,420 was. Yeah, I forgot that we did stuff for that.
One.
Yeah.
Can't top that.
I remember that one. We did a live for that one, and wasn't it like bonkers?
Yeah.
Craig has a good point. COVID might have helped with all the new guitar players. That's totally legitimate,
Yeah.
A lot of people entering into the hobby.
Big thanks.
Big thanks to COVID. I want to thank COVID. You want to come say hi, honey? She's checking her teeth in the mirror.
It's a soup with a lot of stuff in it. Good job, honey.
Thanks, honey. Say hi to everyone. Get on camera. Wave.
Hi. You guys are so sweet.
Yeah, she just said that you guys are all so sweet. Aw, she just said she almost cried listening to Sean talk.
Aw.
Man, Tender Stems asked, wasn't that the one where a guy started jacking off? I don't know. That's most of them. How am I supposed to remember?
The sex appeal is just overflowing.
We did have a while where like people were trying to like prank us in the comments and like prank us, like troll us and like say awful, terrible things. And, you know, and then a guy joined on and he, you know, he did give us a quick shot of him doing his thing.
Oh Lord.
I think I meant to re-edit that and republish it, and I never did. It's like, it's gone. It's lost it. It's lost to history now. Who cares?
It's a figment.
Yeah. It's a
Of
story for
something.
everyone to tell. Whoa!
Whoa.
No! Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. Now Lauren has oh man. All
Now
right,
you have
guys.
to double date with Steve.
I know. All right. One more? This is where I start regretting the tequila decision.
Date night's gonna have to get pushed back.
Jeez. Brian from Oregon just super chatted $999 and said celebration dinner. I said earlier in the stream that I've been starting to just keep a tally on super chats, and I'm making that, you know, date night budget for Lauren and I. So cheers. Thank you. Lauren and I will go find somewhere fun to eat and have a nice date night and get a babysitter and the whole thing. Like, it's, you know, I was saying earlier, like how important Lauren's been to the show and supporting all this. And, you know, it's a fun way to kind of make that feel real, you know. So huge thanks to Brian and everyone else who's been super chatting. Lauren in the comments. We're going to have to pick somewhere fun, honey. Bummer, right? Oh no, we're gonna have to go out and have a nice date somewhere. It really does warm my heart that people do send us money in that way. It's not something I ever expect, and it always feels like a surprise. And guys like Copel are always pranking me by sending me $5. It's a terrible prank. It feels like I'm on Jackass every time, but yeah, it means a lot to me, guys. Like, I don't count that as part of, like, you know, something as noticeable income, but to have that money to be like, to make life feel full is incredible, you know. So huge thanks to everyone that supports us in that way. I really mean it. Oh my gosh, greetings from Ukraine. Love your channel, Ryan. Much informative. Keep on going. You keep on going, dude. I hope you guys are doing all right over there. We're rooting for you. Wow. Dr. Geek asks, you know why people give you money? Tell me, doctor. Oh, I thought this was going to be a setup for something mean. It's because you are positive and entertaining, and right now the world needs this. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Geek. I honestly... I was a teen in the 90s. I'm used to sarcasm and sets up for dunks on people and disses. That was legitimately sweet. Thank you. I thought it was going something completely different.
You know why people give you money?
Oh, look who's here. It's Steve.
What's up? Trying to get my
Hey, dude.
headphones to connect. They're apparently not.
Well, I can hear you.
Steve's here.
Ah, there we go.
There you go.
My headphones work now. I'm white guy in car.
Yeah, you are.
Rant. What do you guys want to rant about?
You got to put on dark glasses if you want to rant in your car, and it needs to be a truck,
hat.
Steve.
A hat.
That's true. Hold on.
There we go. And you got to be holding the phone down at your belly button or something, you know.
You guys know about what's going on in America today? YouTubers getting 100,000 followers.
Bunch of filthy influencers.
People buying guitars. What the hell? How's this contributing to the economic crisis?
We need a nickname for this Steve character. Super opinionated Steve.
Super Super Red Steve.
already-
Super Red Steve.
I was gonna say, super opinionated Steve is on next week's episode.
Trey from Gear Gods is in the comments. Hey Trey, how are you doing, man? Trey, are you going to Sweetwater? I'm about to leak this, but Sweetwater is hosting a bunch of us YouTubers for Gear Fest instead of doing a normal Gear Fest this year because still like COVID stuff is rough. They don't want to have 30,000 people there. Gear Gods asked, did you Photoshop that silver play button into your hand? Yes, I did, because I do not have it yet.
I heard those things take like 6 months to show up.
They probably do. By the time it shows up, I'll have probably 115, you know.
I was gonna
1,000
say
subscribers.
by the time it shows up, you're probably gonna be canceled and
Hashtag hum canceling. Oh, good. Trey's gonna be there. That'll be awesome, man. Where there's gonna be, guys, this Sweetwater thing, it's gonna be end of June, and there's gonna be so many of us there. Like, not just the big channels, there are gonna be big channels there. But little channels are gonna be there too. And I'm so excited to be able to hang out with everyone. It's gonna be amazing. Oh, Trey says his came pretty quick, so maybe I'll
that's
get
cool.
it fairly quick.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. Thank y'all for having me.
Of
Yeah,
course.
Nice talking to y'all and everything. Y'all have a good one. Congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Thanks, Max.
Yeah, see you guys. I'm gonna take off too.
All right. Later, Luke. And Jim is joining.
just realized I have the chat closed.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, man. I wanted to say that
Turn off your speakers.
I'm doing a thing here. I watch all your broadcasts, and every day I go on a walk with my dog, and I think I should start a YouTube channel. I mean, I'm
Do it.
surrounded by guitars. I'm surrounded by pedals. I build amps, and I have cameras and stuff. And then I just want to say you're kind of my inspiration.
Do it, man. Like, it's fun. You'll figure out, like, in a couple of videos if you actually like doing it or not. You know, you won't figure out in a couple of videos if it's profitable or not. It'll take a
Right.
couple hundred. But
Right.
if you find out that you like it, then it's a really fun, rewarding thing to do. Like, just the community of it and having like a fun thing to do is totally worth it, in my opinion. And even if I stopped making money at this, I wouldn't be able to do it full time anymore. But I feel like I would still be doing this from time to time if it wasn't making me money, you know? Trey says different. Trey says, don't start a YouTube channel. It's the worst.
I keep trying to distill everything down, and the one constant for me is guitars and everything that surrounds them, you know? And I'm like, well, man, if that's the only thing you really think about all the time, you might as well talk about it while you're at it.
Yeah, totally. And it's like, it doesn't have to be anything formal. Like, I think if I could go back and give myself advice from the beginning, it would be like, don't be so focused on trying to do demos. Like, do your demos, but experiment with like just like vlogging stuff, casual content. Like, I made sure everything was so perfectly edited in the beginning. And for what? You know, like there's barely anyone watching in the beginning, and you just, you know, like, you might as well put out, you know, random content, just yourself ranting on camera or just playing or having fun. And then, you know, if you want to do hyper polished stuff, then do that every now and then and whatnot, you know.
And would you do it every day? Would you say, hey, every day I'm going to talk about something?
Yeah, if you want to be like crazy about building your channel, I think every day, or having like a goal to do a couple a week, like say like I'm going to do 3 videos every week for like a month to see what happens. Like, yeah, I think that's a smart idea if you are looking to kind of like explore growth and see what happens with growth. But like, I think I stand by my advice. Like, don't get too intense with like production value and trying to make sure everything's perfect. You don't need to do that starting out. Like, just have fun. Have fun. Establish a channel, establish your personality, and then if you want to do more polished stuff when it feels worth it, you know, then jump into that. Like, I wish I had done more kind of off the cuff content starting out.
Well, kudos to you. And I think 75% of what you do is your personality, and the rest
for
is,
sure.
hey, and I'm a deep dive reverb dude. So I come back here, I'm always tapping the well of, What about this reverb? What about that? So it's a duality of the traction.
Right, totally. And it really is so much personality. Like a piece of advice I give to young channels all the time, because I did it. Everyone wants to do it. They don't want to be on camera, because your thought is, when you're just a viewer of YouTube videos like pedal demos and stuff, like, oh, I don't want to watch a bunch of talking. I don't want to hear a bunch of talking. I don't want all the extra stuff. I just want the pedal. I just want to see the pedal, and I wanted to go through it really quick and then have it be done. The problem is that you can't build a channel that way, because you build a channel with your personality. You build a channel by people feeling like they know you. They show up for the information, and they keep coming back for your personality and for having this sensation that they have a guitar friend on the internet that talks to them. Like, and I feel the same way. Like, I feel like everyone that comments and everyone that's here, like chatting and stuff like that, I feel like you guys are my friends. Like, I'm not saying that to like try to like growth hack or like try to exploit you guys or something like that. Like, so I have just an incredibly wonderful time reading everyone's comments and getting to interact with people. And when I get to meet people at events and things like that, and they tell me that they're a viewer, and then they tell me that their screen name, I'm like, oh, I know your name. Like, that's it. It is emotionally fulfilling for me in a lot of ways, especially for someone that works from home all day long. Like, and I don't get to be around people, you know. Trey says, I probably would have done better if I knew how to keep my stupid mouth shut more. And then Sean says, definitely just have fun at the beginning. I started with a Rebel T3i that I bought to take band photos. I started with one camera angle. Same. I have the T4i, so just one more than you. But I mean, the T3 and the T4 and the T2, they're all so similar. But a lot of us start out that way, just like with simple camera rigs, one camera, not knowing what we're doing. I was fortunate that I already had a little bit of experience working in commercial video, so I had a bit of a start with the gear. Lauren just said, it's true. He loves me more since I subscribed. But yeah, it's, you know, I talk to people who are starting out and they think they need to have all this gear and they need to have all this production quality and have everything figured out. No, just treat it casual. Treat it like social media. You know, post random stuff. And then someday you can look back and look at all, you know, the silly stuff that you can do.
Well, I have all the equipment sitting back behind me. It's just a matter of deciding I'm going to turn the throttle on, you know? So,
right, totally.
I think this camera right here is my friend. It's in front of me and it's easy.
You know what? Phil McKnight, as far as I'm aware, still shoots with his computer's camera. Like, he doesn't set up camera rigging. He just turns on the webcam and he does his thing for all his videos. Jay Leonard J, this is hilarious to me still. You go back and watch his early videos. All his early videos were shot on a baby monitor. Like what? That.
That's crazy. No, that's not real.
No, I swear to you, it is real. Go watch Jay Leonard J's early videos. He didn't have any cameras. He was like, oh, I want to try to film myself playing something. I want to start like messing around with gear and stuff. He had just had a baby, and all he had was baby monitors, and he could record to his computer with it, like USB or something like that.
Crazy.
And another thing about Jay is that he's colorblind, so he doesn't know what's going on. He didn't know, like, he didn't even know if like these are black and white cameras or anything like that. He's just shooting. And so to this day, like, he edits he color corrects by the numbers. Like, he doesn't know what anything looks like.
So I have a 100,000 user question.
Okay.
You've hit this level. And for me, you're all about reverb. What is your current favorite reverb pedal that you use?
So I still think the top spring reverb out there is the Surfy Bear stuff. That's just, that is it. That is the most authentic thing. But the thing that I keep going towards for everyday use, for pedal board use, because the Surfy Bears are awesome, but they're inconvenient on a pedal board because they're so huge.
Yeah.
You know, if you're playing in a surf band, it's like a no-brainer. Yeah, you're going to use that. But for a regular board, I keep going back to the Melkman F-stop. There's just something about it that I connect with. It's not all the way surfy. It's not all the way that hollow, heavy drip, but it has enough of a drip. It kind of straddles the line between an amp reverb and an outboard reverb, and it has a built-in trim. And it's just I vibe with it. So that is the one that I think is at the top of my list and has been for a while now.
What about you, Steve?
Favorite reverb, Steve?
I can't knock the Big Ear L. I know
There
it's
you
like,
go.
oh, this is now sponsored content. But I can't knock that thing off my board. It's simple.
Yeah.
It does one thing and it does it really well. And you know, so that might not work for everyone, because if the one thing it does isn't the one thing you want, then it doesn't work. But for me, it works. It's simple, and I basically turn everything all the way up and let it do its thing.
Sarah Phillips says, please know your 2 Princetons bit makes my husband laugh out loud every time. Me too. Congratulations on 100K. I thought people were going to get sick of the 2 Princetons, and I started like pull back on it at one point. I was like, do you guys still want this? Like, should I stop doing this? And like the audience was unanimous. Like, no, we need the 2 Princetons. Don't get rid of it. I'm going to check on the numbers again. Oh, we got another one. 100,011, guys.
I just saw this hit during lunch, and I told my coworkers, I said, you're going to do this. It's going to be super hype, everything. And in about a week, YouTube is going to do a bot sweep.
Yeah, they're going to purge it.
We're going to go back under.
Oh, my gosh. Do you like how we've been getting emails every single day about Telegram at 60 cycle hum comments?
I thought most of them are getting caught in the filter, but I think what's happening is there's a lot of older ones that we didn't even know were there.
Well, every time I see it, I hide the user from channel, but it doesn't immediately hide all the comments, and it takes a while. Like,
no, I don't think it hides any previous comments from it. And so what happens is users will log in, or viewers will log into their accounts, and they'll have a notification. They finally check their notification. It might be 3, 4, 5. Some of the videos that those comments were popping up on were like months old. They were like newer comments, but I didn't see them until 4 or 5 days after it went up. Now, unfortunately, here's what's going to happen. Right? Is and any pedal people who see this, you can steal this. It's fine. But if you want to make a pedal called the Telegram, I think it's a really good name for a pedal. I don't exactly know what it would be. The issue will be that it.
Oh, we lost him.
And we lost the issue.
The issue will be, and he's gone.
Next week.
I'm adding the link to the chat again one more time. Josh has joined. Look at that beard, Josh. Billy Goat over here.
It's not coming off.
What if we could get some super chats going for you to shave right now?
$1 million.
But yeah,
Steve,
go ahead.
Steve,
Sorry.
Because I sent you an email about one of those comments, and that came in. That was only a comment that was like 2 weeks old. So
yeah, no, they like it's been coming in like the past 2.5 weeks or so. Like every day, it seems like that bot or that scammer or whatever like readjusts, because I keep like I can put words in a filter that will filter out those comments every single time. And so I pick like words that he uses in his phrase. I'm like, I don't want to penalize people who are just having normal conversation, but I had to take out Telegram, and then I had to take out private message, and he keeps changing what he's doing to get his comments published. And he's smart. He's wily. He doesn't comment on the video. He comments on a comment in the video, and that's harder for the thing to catch it. So it's annoying. It's amazing that YouTube can catch anytime someone features a 3-second clip of audio, but these scam comments like just slip through all the time. I've got to grab my charger really quick.
Of course they can do that, because the videos that have music up result in them getting a DMCA notice, which
exactly
then their profits. Whereas that scammer dude is just activity on their system.
Yeah, that's true. And there's no one at the wheel over there. It's all algorithms and automated and stuff like that. Like if that's a big problem from the YouTuber side, if something goes wrong, you have no contact. You have no one to hit up. Like if a channel gets stolen and hacked,
Right.
you have to like mobilize your audience to go tweet at YouTube, which is stupid. You
Does
have to tweet at YouTube to get them to do anything.
Does
you
it
know?
scare you that everything that you've built and done is in the hands of some company that you can never touch?
Yeah, it is. It is a little bit, especially as the channel gets bigger. Like, and there have been channels that have gotten hacked over the years and stuff like that. Most of them have gotten their stuff back, but a lot of them have not. Not a lot, but a couple have just been like, well, I guess I'm done. And this is my entire livelihood. If that happened to me, like it would be a big problem, you know?
But you can't think about that stuff too much because
Yeah.
when the percentages are actually relatively low, and two, isn't that true about everything between eminent
Oh, sure.
and civil asset forfeiture? Like, really, we're all just living on somebody's borrowed.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, you're right.
I did want to say, Ryan, that at some point in the, I have no idea how long future, I will send you something that I will expect back. I'll send you shipping for it too. But after watching some of your videos, I started to get into modding some guitars, and I came up with this idea that I thought, well, this is really awesome. I bet Ryan would really love this idea. And then I was watching some back catalogs, and you and Steve were talking about something. You said, you know what? I wish somebody would make this guitar. And I was like, damn it. That was 4 years ago. And I have this idea now. So I did have the idea, even though you had it first, I had it independently. So when I send it to you, you'll understand and you'll appreciate it.
Okay.
But,
all right. I mean, I have a lot of dumb ideas, and sometimes, like, you know, other people have the same dumb idea at the same time or at different times. It's like, you know, like we're all focused on the same stuff, and like these ideas are just out there waiting to happen. So, and it is funny how that stuff works out, you know, like I have an idea for something, and then someone's like, oh, that already existed. Like, oh, I had no idea that existed, you know, like I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it is.
This dumb idea came to me in a dream, and I woke up and called a buddy, and we built it. This is a bottle opener on the back of my guitar. There's only 3 of them that have ever been made, and it works.
That's fun. Hold up the guitar. That's a pretty body.
Yeah, so it's
like the leather.
I do leather tooling here at the house, and then these are all 60 gold foil pickups off of a Gaia tone and a silver tone. And then check out the headstock on this thing.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Got the Billy Hell on there and everything.
Yeah, and you should do videos showing off your leather tooling. How you do that?
Well, I have one. It's got 110,000 views, but leather tooling is
that's significant.
It is. And I'm like, do I have to be a leather tooling YouTuber? Because that's so much work, man. I don't have that in me.
Man, I started a side channel years ago that was going to be like camera reviews and stuff like that, and reviews for various other things. And weirdly, like I got more traction on it out of the gate than I did with any of the stuff. But I just kind of petered out doing it because I didn't enjoy it. You know, like I enjoy making the guitar videos. Why would I spend time doing camera videos if I don't like it? Like, even though that could grow more quickly. Like I don't have fun doing that. Like I do camera stuff so that I can do guitar stuff, you know? So I totally hear that. Like it's fun that you have a video that blows up doing leather tooling, but then you think about like, well, how much time do I actually want to spend doing that, you know?
Yeah, leather tooling is maddening. Guitar stuff is like, it's all okay.
Right. Yeah, you want to do the stuff where you're playing and you're having a good time, you know?
So I have a theory on that I think about. Your Princetons that you use. I have a 68 Princeton sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I love it. It has the whole thing, but I think it colors everything. So my question is, do you really want to run pedal reviews through an app that's going to color and kind of give a whole nother sound to something?
Well, every amp colors you, whether it's, you know, the speaker or the circuit itself. Like every amp brings in some sort of filtering and some sort of personality its own. So that's always a compromise. You know, there's no such thing as just a completely flat signal if you're using a guitar amp. I like the Princetons because I can dial them in to be pretty flat but still have like a full frequency thing going on. And also I run two of them and they have different speakers. And so they fill each other out in an interesting way, that also leads to a very kind of flat across the board sort of sound. But I honestly think you should find the amp that you like working with, that you like filming with, you like the audio of it, and just lean into that. You know, like if you like to run a hot amp and you like to run pedals in it to, you know, make it dirtier or things like that, build your channel around that. Build your channel around, you know, how you like to run gear. Right. And just tell your audience, this is how I like to run gear. And then the people who like to run gear a similar way will find you and be like, oh, that's my guy, because he's running things the way I run things, you know?
Well, I also think for doing pedal demos, the Princetons are a sound that pretty much anybody is familiar with, that is in the gear at all. So they can extrapolate from YouTube what's really happening there. Whereas if you're playing some boutique amp or something that nobody else has seen, or that you built yourself, they don't really know what's happening there. What's the amp? What's the pedal?
Yeah, totally. Even though, like, you know, like people get hung up on boutique amps and, you know, high-end gear and stuff like that. Like, oh, this YouTuber is using an amp I'll never be able to afford and stuff like that. And the nuances of what makes a high-end amp different from a low-end amp is so, like, it's all personal preference. You know, like you can make excellent sounds with all sorts of budget equipment. I think we've all seen examples of that on YouTube. But I think there's something to a channel working with the gear they actually enjoy working with. And I think it's an unreasonable expectation from audience members to expect, like, oh, how come you're not using my amp or an amp like my amp? All amps are different. All amps feel a little bit different. They sound a little bit different. And it's really not about, you know, some sort of dick measuring contest, who has the most expensive amp. It's more about, like, if you are in a music industry, whether you're a session player or a YouTuber, like, you end up with gear that other people don't have. It's, you know, this is how it goes. And so you end up using that gear. Like, I have the Tone King over here, which is an excellent amp, and it sounds fantastic in demos, but I keep going back to the Princetons because it's kind of just my signature tone, and my kind of, like, it's locked in as the normal tone for my channel, you know.
I sold my Tone King.
And also, like, people look at the Tone King and they're like, oh, you've got this $2,500 amp or something like that. Yeah, I've also got two Princetons. And if you bought two of those new right now, after taxes, it'd be $2,500 too. You know, so it's like, which $2,500 rig do you want to hear in this video?
My favorite amp right now is the 1 watt Supro.
Yeah, I've got the 5 watt Supro thing. No, I've got the 5 watt Harmony. I have the 15 watt Supro, and that Supro sounds excellent. Like, I've been using it around the house and for, like, dirty sounds and tube driven sounds and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, it's just so creamy and warm. I haven't tried the 1 watt, but I imagine it's around the same sort of thing.
You should do it. I've got a 48 Supro. That's a real one. It's always been my favorite, but always too delicate. And then I got the 5 watt. My daughter stole it. But the 1 watt, I got a buddy who tours. He's a blues guy, notable. And I said, play this thing. And he turned everything up, and it was making the sounds.
Jason Welch has a good comment here. Most low-end amps just suffer from shit speakers. I've heard so many bad amps sound great through a decent cab with a speaker swap. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, the people who get hung up on amps and the boutique amp and stuff like that in demos, it's the speakers doing most of the work. the speaker contributes so much to the sound of an amp. And it's like, if you want to sound like someone who's doing a recording, like start with the speaker, like totally. Like you can figure out the gain stages like on your pedal board or something like that. But the speaker, that's why impulse responses are such a huge thing, because they change so much about your signal, you know?
I'm a huge WGS fan. My Princeton has WGS, my 1 watt, and it just kind of makes everything three-dimensional, bigger and fatter.
Yeah, totally. Like when you find the speaker that you connect with, like that's it. That's your secret, you know? And I think that's why the two Princetons work, is because they have slightly different speakers, and the way they combine kind of fill each other out.
And
in
what
a
are
fun
they?
way. Yeah, I don't know. They are the stock speakers, but
okay.
one is, you know, the blonde special Princeton, and one is a more standard 65 reissue. I think that's what it is. So they're slightly different Jensen models, you know.
Right. And age and everything else.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, speakers make a huge difference. Sean just said, yep, speakers are the thing hardly anyone considers for the tone. Yeah, we just accept the speakers that come with our amps. We're like, oh yeah, that's, you know, my amp sounds so good, it's because of the tubes, or it's because of the, you know, it's got these vintage capacitors in there and there's something like that. No, it's your speaker. Like you take that speaker and you connect it to a different amp, and you're gonna be like, oh, there's my sound. I still have my sound, but with a different amp, you know.
Well, so many people think that it's, you know, magical, like, oh, well, they designed it around this speaker. No, they didn't. They figured out a price point and then figured out what speaker they can get for that price point and stick it in the end.
Right. Or there's a speaker that they're trying to use as like a marketing thing. Like, oh, hey guys, it has this speaker. You know, like I did a big speaker swap thing with the first Boss Katana I had. And what I found out was that their marketing was true. They designed a speaker to go with the Katana, and that's what sounded best with the Katana. Like I hooked up a Celestian Blue to the Katana, and it sounded worse than the stock speaker, because they built a speaker or selected a speaker that goes with that amp, and it worked for it, you know? Like, so I don't know, there might be some validity to adding your favorite speaker to something like that. But I really think, like, in that situation, the stock speaker is the way to go.
So Supero said they reproduced the field coil speaker, which is, I have a field coil speaker. Where I would ever replace it, I don't know. And I thought, well, that's really interesting, and I should not swap this out. But man, the WGS blew that field coil concept away. So,
and I had that Blue, and I sold it because I could never connect with it. But everyone in the comments was like, oh no, the Blue's going to be better because it's the Blue, and the Blues are always better. Like, I don't know. I've got a greenback that I like the sound of so much more than the Blue. And like I ended up selling that Blue because I just could not connect with it at all. And maybe other people get, you know, good use out of them and they like them a lot, which is great, but it just did not fit my playing, you know.
I like a ceramic because I like a smoother grind as opposed to a staticky fender grind. And that's all personal preference, but
sure. No, it's all entirely personal preference for sure.
Well, it's been fun, but that's my lunch break, so they're probably not meeting up later. They're going to pay me.
Thanks for joining us, Josh. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat one more time if anyone else wants to join. I'm starting to feel like I might need to go get lunch soon, so we might call this a video in about 10 minutes or so, because all this tequila is making me want a burrito.
So are there perks to getting 100,000, or is there any change in how they treat you?
I don't know. I mean, how they treat me, they don't treat me at all. Like, I have no contact with YouTube or anything like that. There's no handler for me. I've heard that if you cross like 1 million or 5 million or something like that, then you get a personal handler or personal contact at YouTube. Okay. But I'll never hit that. I'll never find that out. You know, maybe I'll look back, 20 years from now and be like, oh, I did hit 1 million, but I can't anticipate that happening. Like, unless something crazy changes, like it's not going to happen for me, which is fine. I never expected that. But there's some people who say that when you hit 100K, then you get recommended more. I don't know if that's true either. I think they don't do rewards and awards like that. It's not how it works. It's all based on like how many views you had the day before, And then they're like, oh, this channel's getting a lot of views. And so we'll feed them to more people because this video that they did is getting a lot of traction. So maybe the next video they did will get a lot of traction and stuff like that. It's unpredictable algorithm stuff that who knows how it works. I don't know. Sam is waiting to join. Hey, Sam.
Hey, Ryan. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool.
What guitar are you wearing?
Also just got my first Les Paul.
Nice, Les Paul boys.
So,
you got a silver burst though. That's more
yeah,
exciting
it's
than
a
my black thing.
Studio Plus, or it was a Guitar Center thing that a few years ago I looked up.
Nice.
But yeah, I had the same reaction as you. It's insanely light, which is shocking.
Yeah.
And I also mostly play Fender, so I've just been making myself play this for like a month to make sure I like it.
Right, totally.
Yeah, it's
so
weird.
you got it at Guitar Center?
I got it at a guitar store near me.
Ah, gotcha.
Speaking of a Guitar Center, though, I do have an interview there soon for to be a repair tech.
There you go.
And I have to do a like a written test. I have to set up a guitar. It's a very involved process, surprisingly, for a Guitar Center.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was there once, and the one near me, I live in Wisconsin, and they had a vintage Rat pedal.
I think you froze.
You'd think they'd have a better internet by now. Come on.
I mean, this is still amazing. Like the technology of this, that we get to do this at all, is amazing. We live in a wild future. The audio came through for a second. He just froze. Let's check on the numbers. 100,010. It's going back and forth a little bit, but I think we're locked into 100,000 guys.
That's my question.
Sam. Poor
when
Sam
will
is
you
frozen.
feel secure? What number will make you feel like, okay, I can move on? I got it.
Oh, I'm already there.
Okay.
You know, like this number, it is significant, but it's like, I honestly feel like probably around 40 or 50,000 subs where it was like, oh, I'm set. I'm fine. Like I'm making a living. I'm paying my bills. You know, I'm built into the industry now. And I you know, at this point I'm just doing my job. You know, it doesn't feel like, oh, if I had this number, past that, it doesn't feel like, oh, if I had this number, then I'd really be cooking, you know. I mean, it would be nice to have big numbers and to be making, you know, money hand over fist and stuff like that, which I am not. I'm very far away from that, but I am paying all my bills and I'm able to put a little bit extra away and I'm able to have some fun money and stuff like that, which is an incredible place to be, just getting to dick around with guitars, you know. It's more than I ever dreamed. And I'm extremely thankful for that. And I'm not someone who has huge aspirations most of the time. I'm not you know, a rise and grind type who's like, I've got to make $1 million before I'm 50 or something like that. I'm very happy with how things have gone. I'm very happy with the lifestyle I get to live. And you know, if I get more, that's amazing. Hopefully I don't get less, but you know, industries go up and down and I'll adapt as things go up and down. So, but yeah, there's no number in my head where it's like, oh, if that's my goal now. I think 100,000 is a fun number to hit. I'm very happy to be there, but I don't have any like, oh man, I won't be happy until I hit this sort of sensation going on.
It's like turning 40. You won't have to worry about this now for a while. You know,
Right. You know,
numbers.
Yeah, I'm officially middle-aged at 40. I don't have to worry about this upcoming, you know, midlife crisis. I'm already there. The crisis has happened. I'm here now. Next goal number 420,69. Why not? And then after that, 690,420. I don't know. Or 69, 69, 69. You know, there's fun numbers. Well, I'm going to celebrate fun numbers when they have in big round numbers as they happen and stuff. But none of this is any sort of professional goal at this point. Have they given you the Guitar Tuber secret password yet? Is there such a thing? I already thought I was on the inside. I didn't know I was still waiting for the password. Actually, like something really fun about Guitar Fest, not Guitar House, and going to Henning's house for 42 Gear Street and stuff like that, is the fact that there are smaller channels there, and I think there will be channels that only have a few hundred subscribers that get invited and they show up. They'll be local channels and stuff like that. And when you're starting out, you have this assumption that there's some sort of clique, that there's some sort of club, that you can't possibly be talking to people in the industry and stuff because you're so small. And it's always amazing and so heartwarming to me to see these channels show up to these events and just be completely welcomed. And everyone's like, hey, I want to give you advice. I want to tell you how to help your channel. Everyone gets so excited for the new guys because it's like they're starting out and we can help them avoid mistakes or kind of know what they're up against and stuff like that, because it does feel like we're all in this together. And the community of guitar YouTubers is just across the board phenomenal for that stuff. And I've been incredibly impressed with it. And not just the guitar YouTubers, but the manufacturers, the retailers, everyone who comes into play for sponsoring things and making things happen with budgets and stuff like that. These people are people that I feel like I have personal relationships with. They're my friends now. From the outside, it's easy to look at, big companies and be like, oh, this is a big corporate entity or something like that. But it really is incredible. Like I was having, the owners of companies that I looked up to be the person that were the point of contact for me when I was under 10,000 subscribers. Be like, hey, we want to get this, this pedal demo. Can I send it your way? And it's like, yeah, sure, Robert Keeley, you can send me, a pedal. Like, how did you find my email? Like, what is going on here? It's stuff like that is just like, as guitar fans, we assume that because we love this stuff so much that it's a huge behemoth of industry and all these brands are on a tall mountain somewhere and we can't talk to them. But it's incredible who you actually get to talk to with almost barely starting a channel, and these people talk to you no problem. They're just, yeah, I'll talk to this person. Yeah, I'll go on a podcast or whatever. Yeah, I'll send them something. And it's wild. It really truly is. And you really get a sense when you're inside of it at what a small business community most of this industry is. Like you have your big industry, you have your big companies like your Fenders, your Gibsons, your Yamahas and stuff like that. And even with that, my contacts at companies like that, I'm on a first name basis. Like they're real people that I talk to on the phone, and we have emails and we make jokes and stuff like that. They're real people.
That sounds fun. Just for what that is, I told my wife, if I meet anyone who says I'm a guitar player, I immediately assume that there's some connection between us, that I can get along with that person, right?
Yeah,
so
no matter what.
Industry is the same way.
And there's no one, I haven't run into anyone in the industry working for any company who isn't also a musician.
Right.
Like, not always a guitar player, but also a musician. Like PRS has never done like official business with me, but I get press releases from their PR person, who's a delightful woman, just delightful. She doesn't play guitar, but she plays flute, and she rips at flute. I got to watch her play flute in Germany at an event because she shows up to hang out and just hang out with everyone. She's an amazing musician. Like, I haven't met anyone working behind the scenes with these companies who's not totally into gear, totally into music, totally into being a musician. Like it just comes with the territory. Like all these people. Yeah. Sean knows Jean. Like she's wonderful. Even though like all her emails to me are like press releases, because I've met her, when I see the press release show up, like, oh, Jean, I miss you, Jean. Even though like if I don't do official work with PRS ever, it's like, you meet these people and you know them, and you get to like have real conversations with them. It's fantastic. All right. Well, I gotta go get a burrito in me or something like that. I went through a lot of tequila. Guys.
Holy moly.
I think it started right there.
Ryan, congratulations, man. It's huge.
It is. I'm gonna do one more shot for the road here, just to celebrate one more time. Huge thanks to everyone. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. It still feels like I just started out, and I know I'm rambling again, but that's the tequila's fault, you know. And it just means a lot to me that I get to do this. I'm a regular guy. Any of you can learn to do this stuff too if you wanted to. If you fall in love with the work, you might end up like me, you know, like with a garage full of gear and all sorts of like cool guitar friends or whatever. It's accessible to anyone. And if anyone else wants to do it and they want advice, or they've already started doing it and they want advice, like don't ever be afraid to hit me up or anyone else who's doing this. The guitar YouTube channels, for the most part, we will talk to you. We're real people and we enjoy what we do. That's the main reason we do it, is because we love it. The money takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to get to the place where it pays bills doing this. And loving it is what gets us there, because it is incredibly rewarding, fun work to do. RJ is in the chat now. Thanks, RJ. He says congrats. RJ Ronquillo.
RJ, he's the man.
Oh my gosh. I could gush about RJ. Like my rule of thumb is if RJ and I are covering the same piece of gear, I will not watch his video because it'll make me sick and I won't be able to play. RJ, you're too good.
I bought a guitar because of him yesterday.
He's so amazing and amazing to hang out with too. I miss you, RJ. I miss the events that we've been at and been able to hang out with each other and stuff. All right, here's my last shot. Cheers to everyone. Let's check the number one more time. 100,011 again. It's going up and down. This has been amazing. I love all you people. Cheers. All right. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you, Ryan.
Stay grounded.